So there's a feeler, there's a knower, there's a thinker that's separate from the thoughts. Do we treat our thoughts, our emotions, like we treat objects out here? But I am. Therefore, everything else becomes other, separate. And this creates the biggest doership and therefore the biggest bhog, enjoying and suffering. Where are you? It's a thought that's illuminated and it appears like it's moving. The reflection in the mirror looks like it's moving. Jai Gurudev. Chapter 3, what verse, Mala? Where were we last?
29 we finished, Didi.
29. So let's go back a couple, maybe say 27, just so we catch up. They're quite, there's layers to it. So let's go back to 27 maybe.
Prakrite kriyamaanani gunai karmani sarvashah ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate.
In fact, all actions are being performed by the modes of Prakriti. The fool whose mind is deluded by egoism thinks I am the doer. Maybe we should. All right, maybe we should look at this just a little bit. The egoism that's being referred to here in this verse is different from egoist. Is that clear? First of all, let me just ask that, then I'll know how much further to go. Is that clear? Yes or no? Yes? Yeah? In this verse, what Lord Krishna is saying, all actions are being performed by Prakriti, primordial matter. Everything has its nature and all actions come from that nature. Actually, you remember this story? I think Gurudev told us this. There's a saint, he's walking by like a river or a pond, and he notices a Scorpio drowning. You know this story? Yes? There's a Scorpio that's drowning. And so the saint goes to help move the Scorpio out of the water. And every time he goes to pick up the Scorpio, it stings him. And the Scorpio falls back into the water. And so the saint again goes to take the Scorpio out of the water. And what does the Scorpio do? Stings him. It keeps doing this. So then, a disciple who is next to that teacher, that guru, says, Master, teacher, what are you doing? He keeps stinging you. Why do you keep doing that? Don't you know it's his nature? It's going to keep stinging you. And what does the teacher say? What does the guru say? That's right. It's the Scorpio's nature to sting, and it is his nature to do what? Save. It's in this sense that's being discussed. Do you follow me? It's quite an amazing sentence. That story is maybe the perfect story for this. Everything within its nature moves, and Lord Krishna is saying, we all, even the enlightened, just like he's using himself as an example, we must move within our own nature. And this is where the three gunas come in, the rajas, sattva, and tamas. Right? The mindset, the gunas with which we are born, you have to live out those karmas. But here's the interesting thing. I want to make sure. The fool whose mind is deluded by egoism thinks I am the doer. So we're not speaking egoist. We're speaking of ego as in I am. The identity, I am this body. I am happy. I am unhappy. I like this. I don't like this. There's this consistent existence of an I. Do you follow me? So when we think ourselves to be that I, that changing continuous I like this, I don't like this, it's hot, it's cold, I'm this body, these thoughts are driving me crazy, I'm happy, I'm angry, these emotions. When we think of ourselves as that small I, then what comes? From that small I comes what? The doer. That is where doership comes. That's what he's saying. Do you see? It's clearly the fool whose mind is deluded by egoism thinks, I am the doer. Because I think I am the body, I'm hot, I'm cold, I am the small I. That's how Gurudev says it. The individuated personality, the ownership, the I, as long as that exists, then we think it is the doer, right? And when there is doership, then there is what? Bhokta, right? The one who does also enjoys or suffers. That's the sequence. That is what we're saying. Because remember, this is path of karma yoga, path of correct action, if you want to see it that way. And because we think I exist, the small I, I'm the one who's doing everything, and therefore I'm the one who's enjoying or suffering. Bhukta. That's where karma, as in not action, but the consequences attach. Are you with me? Yes. And so he's really saying, do you remember the earlier verses were talking about when one is enlightened? He still does action. He has no karma. He has nothing to prove. He has nothing to achieve. He has no reason, no want, no lack, no nothing. And yet he acts. And Krishna Bhagavan uses himself as an example. He says, see, look at me, Arjuna. I am also acting. He doesn't need to be doing anything, but there he is in war. We talked about Guruji. He doesn't need to be doing anything, but he still meditates. He does activity. He builds things. He does pujas. Navratri will come. There'll be big homas. Everything is being done. And this repeated statement is, even one who is enlightened and one who is not, one who is moving in ignorance, both must keep doing what they must do, act. Are we clear? Mm-hmm. So, then who is not deluded by egoism? This is something to really think about. Look, how is it possible for I not to exist? Because I'm here, like I'm sitting here. You are sitting here. What happens is the more I am this body, my like, my dislike, immediately what happens? Everything else becomes other. Are you with me? Everything else becomes other, separate. And at some point, Lord Krishna is saying, no, see, everything is one. It's all a force of divine. It's Prakriti. Everything is moving by its nature, within its nature. Clouds come, rain comes. Rain falls, the earth starts to spring up. The earth springs up, the birds and the bees do their thing. They do their thing, cross-pollination, all of that happens. Planet springs up with fruits and vegetables and whatever, animals and creatures. Don't you see how everything is tied together? It's a web of intelligence, correct? And we are one piece of that web, right? We are not a separate thing, but we don't really see, you don't think, animals don't walk around feeling like they're separate. They hear something in nature. Everything is one consistent, continuous web. But I am. Therefore, everything else becomes other, separate. And this creates the biggest doership and therefore the biggest bhukta, enjoying and suffering. Are you with me? So maybe this begs the question. So then, if I'm not that, then who am I? Then that begs the question, right? Then who am I? You got any answers? Then who am I? We're very clear what's in front of you is other. Are we? It's object. Are we really clear with that? Yes or no? Yes or no? Nod your head one way or the other. Yes. Yes?
Yes.
All of that is separate from me. Objects. Other. Right? Yes? What about this chair, the place where you're sitting, whatever you're touching? Other? Any less other or any more other than things that are 2 feet away from you? No. Other, period, right? What about the clothes you have on? Other, right? It's very close, but it's still other. Okay, what about your skin?
That's mine.
Not now you're not so sure, right? Because
It's not other.
huh?
It's not.
It's not other.
It's not other. What is it?
It's your, I mean,
What is it? Is it an object? What makes something an object and something a subject?
Pain. Pain.
Huh?
Pain.
Pain?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I mean, if something gets hurt on my skin or like something is biting, I can feel. But if it is on my clothes or something,
No, but what makes something an object?
Anything that can be measured?
Anything that can be measured, that you can recognize, see, touch, feel, is a object. Is that right? Do you know what a subject and an object is? Let me ask, let me ask the most basic question. What is a subject?
The one who is seeing.
The seer. I am the subject right now, right? Yes?
Yes.
You look so stunned. They don't look any better, but I'm not looking at them. Okay. This ring on my finger, is it a subject or an object?
Object.
What about the finger?
It's object.
Finger is a subject to that object.
The finger is a subject to the object.
yes.
Okay, we could look at it like that. What about the hand?
Subject.
The hand.
An object.
Okay, who are you? Let's stick to this question. Let's just stick to this thing. Are you your environment? Yes or no?
No.
Why not? Why not?
Because it's other.
Because it's other. You can recognize the environment, the other, people, chair, book, table, computer, everything. Yes? You also already said clothing, other. Are you your hand?
No.
Are you? Okay, are you your liver?
No. No. No.
Are you your heart?
No.
Are you your brain? Are you your bones? Are you your blood? Are you your muscles? Is your liver you?
No.
It's not me, but it's mine.
It's mine, but is it you?
No. No.
Is this chair yours?
Yeah.
It's the degree of
Yeah.
affinity I have.
Okay, but so the
it is lesser
degree,
than liver.
the degree of mineness or belongingness is different, but it's still an object.
Yes, yes.
Because some
it's
people
lesser.
have a lot of affinity to the ring, some more than the liver. True, no? But it is still the object. Your intestines, your heart, your stomach, your pancreas. What about your eyes?
Same.
It's still you.
Well, you can experience your eyes as separate from you, can you not?
Yes. Yes.
You experience these objects as separate from you. You experience your hand as separate from you. You can experience your eyes as separate from you. You cannot see them, but you can recognize them. You can feel when they're burning, when they're dry, when there's something going on in them. You can recognize it clearly, correct? So your eyes were the seer for some time. Correct? Eyes were the seer. But then you have to look a little further. You can feel your eyes as separate. You have glasses, don't have glasses, I see, I don't see, right? So eyes are not the seer, they are the object. All right, let's keep going just a little bit further. What about your thoughts? What about thoughts? Are they you?
No.
Are they subject or object? Are you sure?
I'm not sure.
Subject.
You cannot.
Yeah, mine.
You can
Huh?
measure thoughts.
Well, but you can recognize thoughts, right? You can't measure your eyes, but you can recognize the condition of your eyes, yes.
I think we basically nothing is yours,
Okay.
including your body,
Okay.
and not the object, and we are basically same, and nothing is ours or own. We don't own anything.
So what a devotee, what Sandeep is saying is nothing is yours. We don't own anything. So who's we? Who's the I that doesn't own anything? Go, no, don't just answer. She said Atma. Yeah, we read that somewhere in chapter 2. But yes,
I've wondered about this at times where, you know how sometimes you're driving, I'll be driving.
sometimes we're driving. I've wondered about this. Keep going.
There'll be a moment, some time where my mind is gone or I have gone somewhere else.
There are moments where I'm gone, my mind is gone, or I have gone somewhere else. Keep
So
going.
it makes me wonder then who was the one driving? Where
Well, who was the one that left?
mind?
It's you have to ponder, like, who are you? Is the question that gets addressed in the last 3 verses, including this one.
Me.
Yeah, but that's what they're saying. The fool who thinks of me, I, is the one who's the doer.
The thinker, the experiencer, who's
So, okay, so hold on. I have Florence. Go ahead. You have your hand up, Florence.
This is
Save us from this. Go ahead. Okay, you hold. Somebody has written something. Let me just see. We are the witness. Don't give the right answers. You're getting A in school, but you're failing in life, you know. Don't keep giving the right answers. Who am I? The things that can or keep changing over time are all objects. Okay. The things that can or keep changing over time are all objects. Okay? The other thing is Florence seems to be logged in to 2 devices. That's what Florence is creating the echo. Okay? See, we solved subject-object situation. Diane, please go ahead. We can't hear you.
I think it depends on whether you're looking at small I or a big I.
That's right. So what Lord Krishna is saying, if the small I is the one that's doing what? Enjoying. The small I thinks it is. Are you with me? It becomes the doer, therefore it's the bhukta, the enjoyer and the one that suffers. And that cycle doesn't end. So we have to look a little further. And that small I, does it really exist? Let's stop there. Does the small I exist? Is there a Diane? Is there a Florence? Is there a Sarita? Is there a Rajshree? Yes or no?
In our hand, yes.
Where? Where is that? Where is Rajshree?
Ego.
Where are you?
It's
No,
like
where are you?
by your ego, you are you and I'm like that, you know.
You see how much information we have stuffed in there? Try to think for a second. Huh?
in the body.
You are in the body. Where? If I cut it up, where are you?
That's what all this is to find that.
No, but where are you? In your head.
Real mind.
When they do a CAT scan, there's a little Okay, I don't know how we got to 29 the last time, because here we are at 27. Just a second. The small I, the person that you think you are, remember what he said. I'm here, I'm sitting, I'm looking, I'm talking. Where is this I? In the head.
In our brain. It's our mindset.
No, it's in the brain. No, but brain is an organ. When they do whatever, you have to biopsy and remove some part of the brain. Did they remove a part of you? No, they removed the brain.
That's what we have been taught right from birth.
That's what we've been taught. We're in the brain. But, people have half a brain and you still are there. Yes or no?
Yes.
Some people don't have any.
In thought.
Didi, we are seventh layer.
We have seventh layer. Yeah, so what?
We are seventh layer.
Yeah, but what are you saying? Make common sense. What are you saying? Not what you remembered. What are you saying?
I mean, who are you? You are the self. That is the seventh layer.
Okay, I know this. I heard this. Think.
Okay, can I share now?
Oh my God, go ahead.
In
Yeah?
thoughts.
Okay, go ahead. Florence, go. Everybody else
Okay.
stay muted.
Let me see if I can put this in words. I feel like the mind, the body is an object to the mind. The thing is, when I say I, who am I will never get an answer because I does not exist. So how can I say who am I? Because I is either the mind or the body. So I will never get an answer if I ask who am I. Never.
Who's talking right now?
The mind and the body. The body is making the words for the mind. Listen, the body and the mind are not real. They do not exist.
The body and the mind don't exist, but I see you, you see me.
No, in that sense, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. They are not
No, I
real.
don't.
They are not. But I is only connected to the body and the mind. What I am, there's no I. There's no I in what we really are. There's no ego, there's no I. So how can I ask who am I and then get to what is not I? That's what I mean. You see, I have difficulty saying what I mean.
Yes. Okay, so hold on. So be patient. Hold on. Let's keep walking the process. Okay. You exist, yes or no?
Yes.
That's the whole problem, right? We can't say I don't exist. You exist. I exist. I believe I exist. I am. You know you are, correct? We don't know who we are yet. But I'm here, I'm walking around, yes.
This is the normal human development. You are, and then separation and individuation.
Yes,
It is a normal human development. You develop id and
correct. There's normal human development, there's individuation. Okay, this is true. But Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna is talking beyond the small individuation mind, correct? So we have to first at least explore, like, what do you mean, Bhagavan? You're sitting there. We're Arjun, so don't get me wrong. We have a long way to go. This is chapter 3. We don't get it very fast. Arjun didn't get it. We didn't get it, right? Lord Krishna told him everything in chapter 2. Here we are, chapter 3. He doesn't get it. We don't get it. But we have to dig a little bit. Okay, you're not letting me finish, so your hands are up. Go ahead, Steve. Let's see what you have to say.
So I just from my understanding, it's like it's something we can't describe with words. We just have to keep searching within ourselves. We can't speak it out, because if we do that, it turns into an object. Anything that we speak out and try to have, because then, like, if we use words, we have to grasp it. There has
That's
to be
right.
some sort of grasping.
Yes, that's right. But that's still a concept. We haven't yet established that there's more to me than I think I am. We have to go through it one step at a time. The seer and the scenery, you have to keep breaking it down in order to see. You may not know who the seer is, but you can know what the scenery is. Is that correct? Yes. Okay, so let's again start. You're looking at me, the computer in front of you, and all the things that are in front of you, your furniture, your chair, your whatever. Scene, seer, scenery. What?
Scenery.
Scenery, correct?
Yes.
Scenery. Okay. Who's the seer?
Who's seeing the scenery?
Me, right? But right now, I am the seer. That's what I say. I'm the seer. Or the eyes are the seer, correct? Eyes are looking, eyes are the seer. Good? Okay. Your body, seer or the scenery?
Scenery.
Scenery. Scenery, that makes it an object. Correct? I can talk about my liver, I can talk about my pancreas, I can see it. If somebody can see it, I can see it. I can see my hands. My hand is not me. Nobody says, "Hi, this is Rajshree." You don't point to your hand. Correct? Okay. Are your eyes seer or scenery? Scenery. How do you know? Because you can have an experience of the scenery. You don't look at it, but you can feel the eyes and the dryness and the whatever is going on. Correct?
So close your eyes, and when you close your eyes, you still feel you.
You're still there. Correct? When eyes are closed, you don't look, but you have sight awareness. You still are there. Correct? Separate from the eyes.
yes.
Okay, good. Hands being shaken. Thoughts. Scene, scenery, or seer?
Scenery.
What is it? Scenery. Yes? You know you have a thought. You know you have a good thought. You know you have a bad thought. So there's a knower that's separate from the thoughts. Just like there's a knower that those things belong to me and they're objects that are in front of me. Correct? So thoughts are also scenery. What about your emotions? Scenery. They come and they go. You're aware that you feel good or bad. So there's a feeler, there's a knower, there's a thinker that's separate from the thoughts. Do we treat our thoughts, our emotions, like we treat objects out here? No, we treat them as belonging to me. We treat it as myself. Isn't that right?
Yes.
I am my thoughts. I am what I feel. I don't feel good. I am not okay. My thoughts are negative, so I'm not okay. Whatever thoughts and emotions we have become, they belong to me, but they're nothing more than objects, just like you. They're just a little subtle, right? The chair is more thick, but this is more subtle, though it's mine. And the skin, I can have an interaction with it. It's an object. Your thoughts, you have continuous engagement with thoughts. They're not you. Yes? Emotions are not yourself. So now, the person that is inside, who knows the thought, who knows the emotions, who knows that's the body, who knows that is Sandeep, is that you? Is that knower you?
Yes. Yes.
But then you know the knower.
Oh my God.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, you have to just, we don't need to reach an answer. What you have to do is break down this rigidity of me. That's what that sutra is asking us to do. Again, yet again and again, you have to keep breaking it down. Are you aware of the knower? I know the thoughts. The thinker, the knower, the feeler. I feel cold. I feel hot. Is that you? Yes or no?
Even that is your intellect.
Yes.
Yeah. Saying
That's
that
right. That
I
is
am
awareness of the intellect. That is not yourself. See? So how thick is our identity of me? That's what it's saying. It's so thick. After like 35 years, we can't break it down so easily. That is also the intellect. No, it's when you do something wrong, when you have thoughts that are not okay, when you choose actions that are not okay, there's somebody that's aware that you do that. Is that you? No, that is still the egoism. That is not the witness. That is still egoism. It's just a high level egoism. It's not entrenched in something small, it's elevated. This, I'm not trying to tell you who you are or who you're not. We're just listening to the sutra. We're saying, like, how entrenched is this identity, I am? And all our sadhana, all the knowledge, all the chanting, everything we do is to learn to break down I am into, it's all the buddhi, it's all egoism. Using the faculty of intellect at a higher level. Are you hearing what I'm saying?
Yes.
That should rattle something in the system. Let me see, somebody's right typing. Hold on. We cannot answer the words. Yes, I heard you. We are in Maya. Okay. I think we sometimes touch the knower in meditation. The moment you have any sense of the knower, you are in just a refined state of I am the small one. It's not, you cannot know it. You can never be seen. Correct? You can't be aware of you. If you are, then you're not the awareness. It's already enough. Like we've had enough for today in terms of knowledge. But from time to time, we do have to explore. From time to time, you do have to start to say, okay, this body is not me. you can easily say it, but if you ask randomly, notice how quickly we see our body as ourself. Correct? Very quickly. Okay, the chair maybe not, but if that chair came from grandmother, you're gonna, it's as if somebody cut your arm off if you break this chair. Isn't it? There's a lot of attachment to it. Me is very thick, this I-ness. What actually happened is the consciousness, the light, if you want, the witness, the Atma Shakti, it illuminates the thoughts. Mind and consciousness together is me. Do you understand? I keep asking, who is me? If you think about it, mind, thoughts, emotions, thinking faculty, when it's illuminated by consciousness, when the two are together, this is what we mean by egoism, the I. And we keep trying to struggle to separate this, but that's not possible. The mind cannot be, it's inert without the consciousness. It's deadness. Do you see this? If you stand in front of the mirror and the image are one, isn't it? The mirror and the image are one. I am looking in the mirror. I'm just looking. The image and the mirror become one. This is me. But is that you? No, it's a reflection of consciousness. It's reflected consciousness. And because it's reflected on an impure surface, it's called egoism. It's small I, mind.
Meaning there are impressions.
Impressions, like the mirror is tainted. You see? No matter what I do to my face, is anything happening in the mirror? No, it's reflected consciousness. I didn't expect to go here, but in a sense, we have never really broken down the faculties. You have to, from time and again, break it down. Do you understand? If I move the mirror away, I need a reflective thing in order to experience consciousness. A pond, there's the moon on a pond. The water shakes and it looks like something is happening to the moon. Is anything happening to the moon? No. But if the water is not there, the reflection is gone. Yes.
By that, if this is the reflective consciousness.
The one that's speaking is a reflected consciousness. The one, the knower, the one that's aware is not the self.
But then how do I exist? And I don't exist.
That's right. She said, but then I don't exist. That's what Guruji says. Where do you exist? Who are you? Where you exist? You don't exist. Go. If you say, where? You don't exist. Like 3 times I have heard him say, Guruji, I don't know. And you don't exist. Where are you? It's a thought that's illuminated and it appears like it's moving. The reflection in the mirror looks like it's moving.
I have a question.
Hold on.
Okay.
There's a bunch of thoughts and consciousness lands on it, the illuminator, let's call it that. So these thoughts appear active and alive. And you think you are those bunch of thoughts. I am nothing but a bunch of thoughts lumped together, a belief, an idea, an identity. So I exist, but I don't exist. It's a bunch of thoughts that's been illuminated on a surface. The reflection does not exist. It's a reflection. I don't know, this boring you guys?
No.
You have to think, you have to break it down sometimes. You know, we can't keep reading if you don't see where he's trying to go. Okay, does an enlightened have a mind? How many say yes? How many say no? See, we have this idea that there's no mind in an enlightened, but there's a body. No, there is a mind. It knows how to protect the body. It knows when it's hungry.
Brain gives signal.
Correct? Shiva has a moon, crescent moon. It says there is some mind there, even though it's a transcended being. It has to reflect somewhere. The only difference is when an enlightened speaks and says I, they are not thinking about the bundle of thoughts as an I. They are speaking about I as the illuminator, the light itself. They don't see themselves as, are you getting like stressed out now? Like, oh my God, I need to sleep. It's a lot, I get it. But when we say I, it's a thought. Some past impression of a belief or an idea that's getting illuminated and it appears to be animated. Correct? When Gurudev speaks in terms of it, he doesn't see himself as an identity in the way we have a small, limited sense of self. Because eventually Lord Krishna is going to say, you see me in everything. Because you don't see me in everything. Offer all your actions, all your results. Because anyway, you are not doing, you don't even exist. Where are you doing? So then you come to a place of surrender. Then you are not accumulating karma, bhoktapan. कर्तापन नहीं है, मैं नहीं हूं तो कर्तापन नहीं है, कर्तापन नहीं है तो भोक्तापन नहीं है. If I don't exist, doer doesn't exist. When there is no doership, there is no
Sufferer or enjoyer.
No enjoyer or sufferer. In fact, there isn't one. It's a thought. For right now, it's a thought that gets light on it, and then it feels, oh me, I can't.
But Krishna says, मैं ही सब कुछ कराता
हूँ.
कराने वाला भगवान ही है.
Because you don't exist. सब कुछ.
We are like pets of God.
That's right. It's just a hollow shell with a string on it.
Yeah, Tina, you were asking something.
Please ask. Ask. Please.
I mean, I don't know if it was a question or something just came up in my mind, but I don't know if it makes sense, but it's almost like, yeah, it's just all one consciousness, but you're saying that the consciousness itself is illuminating
Everything.
So,
it's Krishna is everything.
But if it's the same consciousness that's reflecting my and the person next to me,
if it's the same consciousness that's reflecting in me, the person X, they're there. Where are the thoughts coming from? Where do thoughts come from? Yeah. Another headache conversation.
So again, is that me who's creating, or that is also not creating?
Is it me who's creating thoughts? That's a question. Who's creating the thoughts?
Mind.
Where do they come from?
Mind.
We don't know.
No, but see, we don't think about these things. Here we are, 35 years later, following the Guru. Where do thoughts come from? 35 years later, how do I teach advanced course? What are we talking about? Where do thoughts come from?
From the mind.
From the mind. Where's the mind? Where's the mind? Do I have my own mind and you have your own mind?
It's the soul.
Yes.
We observe. How much we absorb.
There's a small mind and there's a big mind. When you go to sleep, where are you?
You're in the big mind when you're sleeping.
Huh?
You're in the big mind when you're sleeping.
Yeah, so you're not there. You, Sarita Patel, is not there when so where did she go? The illumination has retracted itself.
Because there's no thought, so there's nothing to
It's retracted back. Right? Where do thoughts come from?
Consciousness,
It's like some God.
You know, the story goes, the divine was at rest. Sunyata just was at transcended being, was at rest, was transcended. There was not, you know how they say there was not, there all was, there was darkness, there was nothingness, and all was. You know this whole thing, yes?
Yes.
If you don't know it, I sort of just said it. Look, and the divine was just transcended, one being, no activity. That's what I'm saying, no activity. We are speaking about actions. Start to put pieces together. There was no activity. And then, on its own, without cause, for no reason or purpose, an idea, a thought arose. When you go to sleep, you're transcended. You don't exist. There's no activity called Chaula Patel, right? Having any activity when you're asleep. And then a thought arises. You have an entire dream when you're sleeping. It can seem like you went through lifetimes of dreams, yes or no? Long and lengthy, and all your internal senses, you can smell in your dream, you can taste in your dream, you see color in your dream, you feel in your dream, yes or no?
Yes.
Imagine if that dream just keeps going and going and going and going. Are you guys catching?
That's your life, yes.
Just keeps going. For 8 billion people get arisen in your dream, and all the animals and the creatures and the planets. But Chaula is just resting there. Narayan, transcendent being, is just resting there. And it's this whole thing is just a massive dream. In your dream, every character is individual and alive, is it not?
Yes.
Full of character, full of color, food, everything is there, vibrant. Thoughts, you're just a thought. Like you're a figment. I don't exist, you don't exist, we're a figment. Like when you're dreaming, is your dream real? It's a figment, correct? While you're in it, you think it's very real. Here we are, in it. That's where Ashtavakra starts. He falls asleep and he can't distinguish because it was so vivid. Now, how do you know? Is that real or is this real? What the heck? Because it felt as real as this feels. Where do thoughts come from? It's the eruption of the divine, having another idea, another thought. It's just this massive virtual reality. It's a massive virtual reality. We don't exist. We're a figment. Then what you're saying, it's all divine. In your dream, what you dream, and you are one. Correct? Isn't it? That's enough. I think we just go to sleep on this one.
Question to you, Samari. So what comes up for me is when you're going to the I and who am I, I'm the awareness. So who's an I who is recognizing that I'm the awareness? It's almost like I don't know, and it's surrender.
Yeah, but it's a
Like
good
surrendering
thing.
to not knowing. It's almost like I don't know.
No, but it's good. I don't know who I am is a good place to
But then
go.
it's like surrender to that who knows, and I don't know.
Yeah, but forget about all that stuff. The point is who you think you are might not be. You're just a bundle of thoughts, and we've latched on to that as an identity and created me so strong. And I need to be like this, and it needs to be like that. But where are you? Who are you? Who am I? If that much happens, it's enough. Like that's enough. Leave aside questions. Let me just read what's here and then see we move on. Didi, the process of who am I blanks my mind and wondering if that's the purpose of this, to reach a place where my mind doesn't exist. Good. It has to loosen a little bit in here. We are very fixed about me. You know? What is the where is the identification happening? The reflection is that, you know, when you dream, at some point you forget it's a dream. Don't you? That's the identity. You think that the dream is real and the characters in the dream become very vivid, very real. And then it keeps growing, but it's a dream. There's a person sleeping happily and having this massive dream. That's what happens every night, right? When we have these, some people have continuations of dream, isn't it? It's like kind of continues. You wake up and then it continues, and then you wake up and it continues. How is this any different? No? All right, that's, I think, enough. Enough. You know, we will have to look at this because again and again, the whole end of chapter 18, again and again, Lord Krishna will keep bringing this up. There's just me. It's all me. Where are you? You don't exist. In the stillness, activity is Prakriti. When you're sleeping in all the dreams, there's so much activity happening by itself. Its nature is activity, correct? The moment it erupts, it's continuous activity, including a sleep in the dream. It doesn't end. Eyes closed a moment. Long breath in. And let it go. Jai Gurudev. See you next Tuesday.
Are you going to do the research?